Hello and welcome to the Ferret Business Podcast. I am your host, Yemmy the Ferret, aka Yemmy, aka Wicked DJ Yemmy. And with me today is a Let's Player of a lot of different games, from like Hollow Knight all the way to things like Death Road to Canada and beyond. Undertale was a big series on his channel, which I believe he finally finished. But hey, it's Evil Laugh Gaming and his friend. Welcome to the podcast.
I like the addition in there, the wiki with the DJ.
Oh, thanks.
Sick beats over here.
It was on the top of my head, and I was like, I should do something a little bit different.
Yeah, you've not done that one. I enjoyed that.
But hey, how are you guys today? How's it going?
We are good.
We are fantabulous. Fantabulously good.
Yes.
So, Evil Laugh Gaming, you were on the podcast before. It was a great time. We played a few games. We had a few laughs. Well, actually, we had a lot of laughs.
We had a lot of laughs.
So what's been happening since then? What's new to the channel?
So right now I'm kind of doing like this experimentation with like a whole bunch of different games. Terraria is my biggest series, I guess. I've recorded up to episode 72 right now.
Oh, wow.
And I consistently get like at least 15 to 20 views on that. And there's a few guys who like every video comment, give me tips, tell me what I'm doing wrong. Good stuff like that.
You've got followers.
I do have followers. Yeah, we're up to 300 now from, I think I was at just over 100 last time we did this.
Yeah, I think so. It's been a little while, but I think I remember.
Yeah. We've grown.
That's good. That's good.
But yeah, so I've been experimenting with a few different things, like with Hollow Knight, Death Road to Canada, like you said. Friend is joining me because we started doing our voice acted Let's Play of Chrono Trigger.
Yes. I'm a noob to that game, but I'm enjoying it.
So,
very much.
Yeah, she does all the girl voices for that.
Oh, okay.
And we also, starting today, we're going to do some Clannad.
Yes!
Which is a game
so
she has been wanting to play for years. And
forever.
Years.
My whole life. Since I was in the womb.
So we're going to be adding that to the channel as well. And she'll be the one at the helm on that one.
Clannad. I've never heard of that.
It's
it's a visual novel.
Yeah.
So basically a dating sim. But our interest grew from, there was an anime that was based on this dating sim.
Oh, okay.
So we watched the anime, and it's my favorite anime of all time. And they finally put it on Steam and put it in English.
Yes, and it's also on sale.
It's on sale.
Well, hey, that's cool. That's cool. Visual novels are pretty cool, especially for you guys doing the voice acting. Like, do you mute the audio for that, or?
I use Camtasia, so it keeps whatever we record as a separate audio track, so I can play with the volumes and stuff like that after in post.
That's a good idea. It's an excellent idea.
A lot of them too tend to not have recorded lines already, so it's kind of nice. It's like it's waiting for a voiceover to put.
Yeah, like when we did our Doki Doki Literature Club playthrough, we read all the yes.
He was the one we threw my husband into that one. Yeah.
And he played through that one blind, so he didn't know what it was until I think it was episode 3 or 4 when
Right.
it would
3.
switch.
I think it was 3 because we
Okay.
did that like an hour each time.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Poor
crazy.
guy.
Yeah, that's. You know, I was talking about to another person before this about you're never gonna have that same experience of playing this game or watching this movie or doing this. You're never gonna have that same experience as before, and it's like watching someone go through that experience that you might have had. It makes it all a little bit better, I would say.
It's funny you say that because I'm not the kind of person that would ever be interested in anything horror related, but if I'm watching somebody else play it, it's so much fun.
So,
and it's like seeing them go through that experience.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was wondering, like, if someone who, like, let's say a kid is going to watch the Star Wars trilogy, or actually all the Star Wars movies from 1 to, I think they're at 8 now. How different of a journey would that be for someone besides from someone like us who may have watched the original trilogy first? Then you go back to the original episodes. Now you're into the, the 7, 8, and 9. It's an interesting thing because, we're never going to watch a movie, or at least Star Wars in general, us personally, we're not going to watch a 1 through 7 without knowing anything in there. Like, we know Emperor Palpatine is Chancellor Palpatine. We know Anakin is Darth Vader, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So are you guys planning on bringing, you already said you were bringing the visual novel. Is there going to be any more, like, bigger games, like, games for you two to play together? Maybe some co-op games?
It's a good question.
I know, right?
I mean, we're both looking forward to January, of course.
Well, yeah, we're looking forward for Kingdom Hearts. That's gonna be
yeah.
that's gonna be a huge thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, we're trying to. And it's rough enough trying to schedule time for recording together, anyways, as it is.
Yeah.
Cry.
So like maybe like once a month we get like a good like 3 or 4 episodes in, and then I like deal those out like once a week, and then out of my rotation of all the other stuff I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So
I mean, there's a lot of games we want to play.
That is true.
Like we were looking at Angels of Death.
That's another one.
What was that other one? A lot of horror games. We were in a very Halloween mood.
There's a list. Oh, I still need to finish editing Simulacra.
Oh yeah.
that is a weird word.
That's an interesting one. We got her husband to play that one. It's
two now.
yeah, it's a found phone game.
Oh, there's several games that are like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is the one where you're holding the phone and the tattoos start appearing on your hand, or am I thinking of a different one?
That's probably a different one.
Okay.
Yeah, this one, like, we found this person's phone, and like that person is missing. So like, people have tried to contact us and be like, "Hey, have you seen this person? Why are you texting back on this person's phone?" And then like we get like random videos from the person as well.
Like everything in this game takes place on the phone. Like you're operating the phone.
Well, that's really cool.
Yeah, so that I should probably sit down and just edit.
There's a game kind of like that where I forget what it was called. It's a free game on Steam, and it's like it almost looks like an emulated Windows XP kind of computer. Oh, maybe is it Emily is Missing or something like that, where you're typing to your friend on there and you're responding to her with things. That it kind of sounds a little bit like that, but if there's that horror element, that might elevate it a little bit more than a basic, because when you're typing to the other person, like you can press any button on the keyboard, it doesn't matter.
Right.
So you can like spell it, "fuck you, bitch," and it will say like "have a great day,"
Emily is not alone.
Emily, that's it. Emily's not alone.
Yeah, my buddies, the Rapid Kick Media, did a whole Let's Play of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I remember playing through that a while ago, and I was like, it's a quick little playthrough. I didn't feel like making a video out of it, though.
Yeah, no, it's short. Like they did like each chapter as their own episode, and they were done with it.
So let's talk a little bit about how you two met. Friend and Evil Laugh Gaming. How did you become friends?
This is a fun story. So, my wife was a teacher at the time. This new school opened up it was Florence, right?
Way out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, so Florence. She's a science teacher there. And her being herself was bored and wanted to open up a Shakespeare club, Shakespearean. She loves Shakespeare.
Well, here's the fun thing. It was a Shakespeare club and I was a student at this school. I was a freshman going into high school. And when I saw the poster, I saw, oh, Shakespeare, like, you know, like a book club. It's the Shakespeare Performance Club. So I met his wife before I met him, because she was my teacher for that club.
And me being the husband got dragged along.
The husband with much knowledge of food and sword fighting.
Yeah, essentially any skill she wanted the kids to learn for whatever play we were doing, I learned it first so I could teach them. So stage combat, juggling.
Ooh, juggling.
Yes, I can
we
do.
didn't catch on to that one very well.
No, you did not. But I can do the contact juggling, like you know that Fushigi commercial.
I'm trying to think of it, but I can't think of it right now.
It's the magic, the gravity defying ball.
It's like when you go to a Renaissance festival, they've got those little crystal orbs. They're all spinning around their hands.
Oh, or did you ever see what's the stupid movie? That David Bowie was in.
I love that you call it stupid.
Labyrinth.
Yes, what he's doing with the balls.
I'm telling your wife.
Yeah,
that.
a lot of angry comments. This one.
I don't care for the movie, but what he's doing when he's like doing the palm spinning and you know that orb.
Okay.
Yeah, that's contact juggling. I can do that.
Okay, I see it in my head now.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that's how I met him. Was he came and he was teaching us all these skills, and then somehow after I graduated, she actually stopped teaching and moved back to a different city, and we kind of like reconnected after that and all became friends.
Well, we kind of stayed in contact.
A little bit, yeah.
That's
but yeah,
it's all a blur after that.
So, were you away for a while before you guys kind of reconnected, or?
I mean,
like we stayed in kind of stalking each other's Facebook contact.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
what
that
do you call that? Like.
Well, that and then your husband started doing movies and called us back in to help with those.
That's what it was. Yeah. He started shooting his short films for college, and we called you guys back like, "Hey, all those skills you taught us, by the way."
Right.
So, Evil Laugh Gaming, I noticed that you have a Evil Laugh Reacts episode on your channel about a week ago. Are you planning on doing more of those, or was that just a one-off thing?
I don't know yet. 'Cause I've talked to the 2-Bit players about that, and they loved it, and it was hilarious, and we all got a laugh out of that. And I told them, if you guys do more Pokemon videos, I'm going to react to them, because I was just getting so mad at how badly Jeffrey was playing that I was like, I need to do this, so that way they can see my frustration at how he was doing it.
And they still haven't. Jeffrey still hasn't shown you his Pokemon card collection, has he?
No, I have been on him. Like, if you go through, like, I still mention it, like, every couple of months. Like, hey, so waiting to see that Pokemon card collection.
Right. Yeah, that was a big thing during the podcast that I did with them. Was
oh yeah,
he was talking about his Pokemon collection, and all of a sudden you're in the comments like, "Hey, I'm still waiting."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not gonna ever let them forget about that.
I wouldn't either. Yeah. He's built it up so much. It's like you gotta show him. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. Every time they mention it, also I comment on it.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your reaction to the Detective Pikachu trailer that came out. Have you seen it? First of all, actually.
Oh yes.
Oh, yes.
We've seen it. I have mixed feelings on it, because like it looks pretty good, but it's a video game movie. So those have been traditionally horrible.
Yeah, I would say so.
So
We're a little apprehensive.
But I mean, it looks good so far, and it feels like they're doing everything right. I'm a little mixed on the whole Detective Pikachu thing, because that's just a weird concept to me. But I mean, the Pokemon look great, and it looks, it looks good. So
it looks competent. It looks competent, you know.
Right? Like, it looks like the people who are doing this actually care about it.
And they got Ryan Reynolds voicing Pikachu.
That is weird.
It's weird because his voice, I feel like it fits the character. It hurts to say that a little bit. I feel like it fits the character, but all I can picture is Deadpool.
Hold up. Did you hear about the rumor they wanted Danny DeVito to be Detective Pikachu?
That would have been hilarious. I've seen fan bits where they put his voice over. I'm the trash man.
That was what I was hearing rumors about, like when the movie was even like rumored to be in existence.
That would have been beautiful. I mean, I would have saw that day one, Danny DeVito. And then from then on, Pikachu is just Danny DeVito. He's not that cute, cuddly rat. He's he's old. He's old, balding Danny DeVito in his penguin makeup. Usually, I think of him in his penguin makeup.
Oh gosh.
Oh man, are there any other movies that you guys are excited about seeing in the future, or actually that are currently out that you haven't seen yet?
Not at the moment.
Not at the moment.
Oh, Wreck-It Ralph. Duh. I still need to see that.
Oh, yeah, you haven't. That's right. I've seen it. I loved it.
He's breaking.
I still need to see it. Yes.
He is, like, seriously.
I don't know why I spaced on that for 2 seconds.
Well, that's okay. Yeah. I never saw the first Wreck-It Ralph, but I heard it was pretty good. You know,
it is.
It was like an A minus kind of movie. I haven't really been to the theaters to see a Disney movie in a while, actually, to be honest with you.
That's the weird thing about this one is, and we were watching a review, or more so listening to a review of it in the car earlier. A lot of people there's some people who are super, super hyped about it because there's so many Easter eggs in it. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's not up to typical Disney standards.
Oh, I mean, it is a sequel.
Yeah.
let's throw that qualifier out there. You know, it is a sequel.
Yeah.
But it isn't straight to VHS like so many of those old movies. Like who remembers Aladdin 2, Lady and the Tramp 2, The Fox and the Hound 2? You know, there's so many.
Remember those.
I can also remember Aladdin and the King of Thieves as well.
Ah, yeah.
When Robin Williams came back to voice the genie.
Mm-hmm. Well, how about that live action version of The Lion King?
I'm not ready to see Mufasa again. I can't see that moment in HD.
I don't know.
A lot.
They haven't like shown actual voice acting for it. They've just like the one commercial I saw on Thanksgiving. They
oh, never mind.
Oh. The one trailer that I watched on Thanksgiving Day, they just showed like movements of the animals. You know, of course, they look like the regular CG animals from any other Disney movie, but they didn't show any of the voice acting because Key and Peele is in that. They've got a pretty strong cast. Yeah,
I didn't know that. I knew of Danny Glover and Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Those are the only 2 names I've heard of. I didn't know Key and Peele were going to be in there too.
Oh yeah, they're in there.
Interesting.
They're redoing like all their movies, and sometimes they work really well, and sometimes it's like, yeah, I saw that movie. it was an hour and 30 minutes, and it's technically a movie, but speaking of video game movies, I recently rewatched Doom, with Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Oh, jeez.
I actually kind of enjoyed it my second time around. I actually had a little bit of fun with it, even though it's really off the wall. It was pretty good. Are there any other video game movies that you can think of that like just lowered your expectation even more for video game movies?
My first video game movie was the Mario Brothers.
Oh no.
When it came out. So that is my bar for all video game movies since.
Pretty low.
So I don't expect much from video game movies ever.
Yeah. Yeah, well, sometimes when people really, really want to see a movie of their video game love, it never. Actually, I shouldn't say sometimes. It never turns out the way they want it. I mean, people are upset when the next video game in a series is not exactly what they want. I mean, hell, Mass Effect 2 to 3, people just destroyed 3 because the ending. And the same thing kind of with movies where it's like, you go from like, I can't think of an example right now. But you go from one movie that everyone universally loves, and as soon as the next movie comes out, they go, well, that wouldn't have happened. Or like The Office, where Jim ended up with the love interest that from the first season, and it's like, this shouldn't have happened. Like, there's no way that this should have happened, but it did because the fans were like, we need Jim to be in love with bitch face. I don't know what her name is. Hey, I got a question for you too.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, you're a little bit well versed in this because I know you like anime. But
Yes.
do you think Goku could possibly beat a Doomsday Superman duo who are going against him in a 2v1 scenario?
This is more your question.
Well, I kind of if you ever watch Death Battle.
Death Battle.
Yes, they're made by Screw Attack.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those. Yeah.
Yeah, so they did this whole thing on Superman versus Goku, and it was really well researched, and I can't really argue with it. Superman wins.
Oh, really?
Yes. The simplest way they put it was Goku is a guy who overcomes limits. Superman is a guy who has no limits.
That's deep.
I don't know. This has no limits.
Yes, because part of the research is they showed one of the scenes where essentially Superman was legitimately carrying the universe.
Okay.
Yeah, some magical property thing. It was him and another person were carrying this item, which was essentially the universe.
Okay.
And this other person already has they've quoted the person's strength at whatever it was. So they're that person was carrying that much weight, and then Superman was carrying the rest.
Interesting.
So they did that. And they broke down whatever speeds and all that other crazy stuff. So essentially, they're the only way Goku would really win is if he instant teleported Superman to a blue moon or a blue sun, because Superman doesn't get strength from whatever blue light is.
Mm-hmm.
And then but to counter that, Goku wouldn't do that because he wants to fight the other person at top form, because that's who he is.
So, friend, what would be a better scenario for you for your knowledge base? Would it be Goku versus someone else?
When it comes to anime and games, I tend to veer more toward the slice of life kind of stuff. So, I don't know if I'd pair up in those regards.
Well, even in the shonen animes you watch, Dragon Ball's kind of
My Hero and Naruto.
Those would be a much closer match.
Yeah.
Because Dragon Ball's already in the power scaling is to the over ridiculous levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we need something a little more grounded. So the Fairy Tail series, My Hero Academia, Bleach to some extent, because their powers get overwhelming as well sometimes.
What about Goofy versus Jar Jar Binks?
Goofy.
What? Huh.
Goofy all the way, because he can actually fight via Kingdom Hearts.
But Goofy, actually, I would say that Jar Jar Binks might accidentally win, because
Goofy is just as clumsy on a daily basis as Jar Jar Binks is, and plus Jar Jar Binks like mellowed out.
That's true. He did turn into like a senator or something like
that. Yeah, he was a senator after that, and then he was just nothing. So whereas Goofy has been fighting in the Kingdom Hearts series for the past 15 years. Is that when the first one came out?
Yeah, I think so.
04?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah.
That's been a while.
Goofy has 8 games worth of fighting experience. And magic.
But what about the fan theory?
He sat up just now. He's like, I'm defending this.
Well, hold on now. But what about the fan theory that Jar Jar Binks is the true Sith Lord?
Yeah.
I think Goofy could take on a Sith Lord.
I'm still gonna go with. I'm gonna go with what was it? Robot Chicken's skit of that where Darth Vader just murders him.
Yeah, you do think if Darth Vader saw Jar Jar Binks in the Empire days that he would just straight up just get out of here. Just launch him into the sun, or he puts him on Alderaan. No, he doesn't put him. He puts him in front of the Death Star, then he blows just Jar Jar Binks up with the Death Star's laser beam.
Yeah, I mean, Anakin kind of went to no nonsense mode mid Episode 3.
Yeah. Well, you kind of have to turn off your emotions when you're going into the Jedi Temple to murder younglings. Yeah.
So if he did that to them, I don't think he'd blink at Jar Jar.
Yeah, no.
So,
and if he did, he would the blink would just snap his spine. Yeah,
right. So,
Force blink.
So force blink.
Force blink.
Why not? We'll go with that.
So, Evil Laugh Gaming and Friend.
Yes.
Are you both parents or just Evil Laugh Gaming?
Just me.
So you had your video with being a gamer dad on there with Cuphead. Was that a lot of fun to film, or?
That was just a random thing I was just doing that day. I turned on Cuphead for the first time that day, and my daughter just sat on my lap. So it was, and she was being silly. So I'm like, you know what? I was going to record this. And it's exactly what you saw.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a fun video. It really showed just how great of a father you are.
Thank you.
Do you think that your kids are going to become gamer girls, I guess you would say?
Yes.
They are.
My other daughter, her older sister, is currently playing Pokemon X right now on my 3DS.
Oh, there you go.
So, yeah. Her favorite game is the indie title Oxenfree.
I've never heard of that one.
It's
Oh, that one's her favorite, or a music game?
No, she's played that. She's beat it 3 more times since the last time.
Oh wow! Yeah. Okay, that was a week ago.
Yeah. No, she loves the thing. It's a bunch of high school kids that go to some essentially deserted island.
Oh, okay.
It's a small town.
Yeah, but it's abandoned-ish.
Abandoned-ish for the most part.
Yeah. So they go there and they bring this
Oh, it's like an old fort, military base.
That's right, yeah. And then they added a gift shop and some other nonsensey touristy things, but a museum. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then but the plot of it is they bring this old school radio, and they go into this cave and turn the radio on, and they start getting this weird frequency. I don't know how to explain it.
They start catching on to this frequency that has all these voices. They're catching on to these voices that are not controlling them, but kind of are.
Okay.
Well, yeah. Eventually, one of them gets possessed, and you're trying to get everyone back off the island, and it's really interesting because one of the coolest things is the dialogue choices. They're very free flowing. So when you hit your dialogue button, whatever choice it is, you can actually interrupt the other characters. So like the conversations feel pretty natural.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And like even if like you stall and don't say anything, you're like, hey, you gonna respond to us, or what's going on? Or they'll just continue on with their conversation.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you usually have the conversations like while you're moving your character too. So it's like while you're actually doing things.
Yeah. So like while you're traversing, they'll hold a conversation.
Like
and
real
then,
life.
Right. And then there's like,
yeah, it's pretty layered for a video game there.
Oh yeah. And there's like, I think 15 different endings depending upon the choices you make, and like dialogue choices, stuff like that.
So, Evil Lav Gaming, one of the last things that we talked about last podcast was you were going to Comic Fest 2018, and you did a whole little series on it. How was your experience? Was it everything you ever dreamed of?
It was good, but not everything. The guy I was really excited to see last time, R.A. Salvatore, he canceled.
Oh, that's right. I remember you talking about that.
Yeah, he canceled 2 days before?
Yeah, like right before.
Yeah,
like
so
we were packing to go, and he.
So I was upset about that. But I mean, we did have a lot of fun. You can see Friend in those videos actually.
Oh,
I had orange hair back then.
Yes. Yeah.
It changes with my mood.
She also started coloring my wife's hair, which is currently purple.
It's infectious.
Yes. So
I almost got one of the trainers at work to let me color her hair too. I'm gonna start a business.
yeah, really.
Yeah.
Let me think. What was?
Yeah, no, we had a lot of fun at
Yeah.
Fest. There were some hiccups like the fire drill.
Oh God!
basically.
Yes. Okay. Hold on. We gotta go into that. We have to go into that. It was the Saturday.
The Saturday.
Near the end of Saturday, we were waiting to do the
masquerade.
The masquerade.
That's how I know it was Saturday,
Right.
because it was the biggest event, the big masquerade with all the cosplays and everything.
Yeah, all the cosplays.
We've been sitting in line for like an hour.
Yeah, we got there an hour early, so there was only 20 people ahead of us.
Whew.
The fire alarm goes off. So the whole building has to evacuate, right?
Oh, jeez.
Not
yeah,
even just our building, the whole convention center.
that's right. The whole
went off.
convention center had to evacuate.
Oh my God. That's.
We're talking thousands and tens of thousands of people.
Yeah, it was so bad. And then the whole thing was just a mess. Nobody knew if we could go back, if we would be able to go back. Eventually, it ended up with they had to just close down for the rest of the evening.
This was 3 hours after we were supposed to start the masquerade.
Right.
They kind of were just there's no way we're going to get all that programming back up tonight, even if we figure, because it was one of the alarms was
Malfunctioning. Yeah, it was a malfunction.
It was
Nothing.
needle in a haystack situation.
Yeah, nothing went wrong, or nothing was threatening. It was just a straight up, just sensor building malfunction.
Okay.
I
guess that's partly good,
Well, that is good, but everyone was just pissed off.
I would be too, yeah.
Except the Deadpool.
Right. But to highlight of that, the people who stuck around for it, we had a lot of fun entertaining ourselves.
I don't know how it started, but
there was
having a dance battle.
No. We'll back up before that. There was the Deadpool summoning circle.
That's what it was. Yeah.
So we had heard. Oh, remember okay, back up. Pause. There's another story from earlier that day.
Story within a story.
Yes, because we were told about a Deadpool summoning circle that people would just spread their arms out, 8, 10, 15 people, and just stand there, and then randomly a Deadpool would appear.
As they do.
As they do. Because But shortly after we were told this, we were going up the escalator to wait for the masquerade. Where coming down the stairs was
I forgot about this.
was like what 5, 8 Deadpools?
Like 8.
Like 8. And one of them was a Deadpool wearing a Deadpool mask.
Like a Deadpool chibi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oversized head.
Yeah.
So, friend points this out to me. I laugh at that. The guy pulls up the chibi mask to reveal he's wearing another Deadpool mask, starts laughing back at me, and all the other Deadpools laugh at me as well. So there's, the 10 of us all just, dying laughing now.
And they're all like pointing at you.
Yeah,
laughing.
they're all pointing at me laughing. And then we get up the escalator, and the security's like, "What the hell was that?" But anyways, so back now to later at 2 hours after the fire alarm goes off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's only 200-300 people now, just hanging out in the street. One random person just walks into this opening, holds their arms open wide, and 5 minutes later, another person. 5 to 10 minutes goes by. There's now a complete circle, and they're just waiting there. And then a Deadpool shows up. He's runs to the middle of the circle and just holds his arms open. Someone threw him a sword. Remember?
Yeah. Because once the Deadpool's there, they all start mimicking his movements.
Yes.
And then somebody just threw out a sword from somewhere.
The things that happen.
Yes, it was interesting.
The highlight of the convention was what should have been the worst thing was probably one of the best.
Yes. So there was that happened. People started doing random karaoke. There was the Deadpool started doing dance battles with a Spider-Man, and a Gandalf showed up.
It's like the greatest fan fiction ever, all these characters just come out of nowhere, and there they are.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Evil Laugh Gaming. The last thing on the agenda for today's podcast is: are you finally done with Undertale after 4 separate series? Is it over?
Technically, no. Toby Fox, last month, I do believe, announced a new game called Deltarune.
Oh, I knew
which
about
takes
that.
place in the same world. Oh, we're going to be doing an episode on that shortly, actually. He's only released the first chapter of it, but it takes place in the same world.
Okay, that's cool.
Huh.
And also, if you rearrange Deltarune, it spells out Undertale.
Ah,
That's awesome.
sneaky.
So yes. No, we are not done with that world yet.
I just know it's been a while since the last episode went up, or the last highlights from your live stream went up.
I think there was the highlight, and there was 1 or 2 more because Undane took me a whole episode to fight, and then the rest of that,
So
that was rough.
the final true boss for the Genocide run is Sans, correct?
That is correct.
Is he really the ultimate boss in the game? Is that the one that if you beat him, you are a master?
Essentially, I mean, because his attack patterns are so rough. You have to old school memorize the attack patterns, and then the old school bullet hell. You just have to just force memorize, muscle memory the attack patterns. It's that's the only way to do it.
It's a pretty cool looking fight, though. It looks like it's a culmination of everything that you've learned and everything they've done during the game. I always love that when the final boss is that just that. It's everything that you've learned from the game. You're using all your moves. That's why a few games like the original Batman Arkham game and stuff like that, where the final boss fight was a little lackluster, because I'm not really using any moves in this. I'm using a grapple gun and I'm punching a giant dude.
But I mean, that's a different type of game. I mean, like Assassin's Creed does the same thing, where just like it's a final chase scene, or you know, it's not. Let me think. What I was going to say this. It's not like the older games where like the challenge like steadily increase. Like I think like modern like open world games like that is just it's more of a plot point than the ultimate challenge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So out of all your playthroughs of Undertale so far, I mean, what's been your favorite? Is it the Pacifist, the Genocide, the Blind?
Definitely the Pacifist run was my favorite, just because of I got voicing Papyrus is still one of my favorite voices I've done. And then especially with the
well, if people haven't checked out your playthroughs of Undertale, I suggest they do. I binged them after the podcast episode with you, and his voices for each character, they're all distinct, and they all really embody what that character is. Like you said, your Papyrus was hilarious. It was amazing.
Yeah, I'm having fun with our Chrono Trigger playthrough right now. I have another favorite, Frog the Knight is a fun voice.
That's a voice I've never heard from you. Like, it's really unique in comparison to the other voices that you do, and I really like it. So definitely check that out, because I have to sit here, like, because I'm recording that one with him, so I have to sit here holding my hand over my mouth, trying not to laugh.
Well, hey, that sounds like a great time. So if you haven't, make sure you check out that. Make sure you check out Evil Laugh Gaming's Undertale run through as well. And anything else that's new on the channel, make sure to check that out, of course. But hey, that's all the time I have today with Evil Laugh Gaming and Friend on this episode of the podcast. Just remember, all his links will be down below, including YouTube and Twitter. And then also the end screens as well will have his YouTube link and his latest video. So make sure you check those out. You don't even have to move your mouse. Well, you don't have to move. You have to move your mouse, but it's a very slight movement from the like button to his latest video. There you go.
You can do it.
Evil Laugh Gaming and Friend. Is there anything else you guys want to say before we end the episode?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks. I found out like minutes ago that it's been fun.
Well, me too.
Right. Yeah, this was planned yesterday.
But hey, for a yesterday plan, I think we did pretty well.
Yeah.
Always. And high fives for everybody. Yeah. Nobody can see that, I'm realizing now. Anyway.
So, Evil Laugh Gaming, the true final question for today.
Uh-oh.
From the first episode of the podcast you were on to now, have you enjoyed yourself?
Oh, very much so.
Well, all right.
We must do this again.
Yeah, well, that'll be a third time. We'll get you back on the podcast again, maybe towards the 100s, so I can get through a lot more of the people, but I definitely will have you back on. It's been a blast to have you on a second time. I appreciate you coming back on at such short notice, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, we'll have to get you back on. And Friend, if she wants.
Sure.
I'm sure we can.
I enjoyed this.
Figure out something.
Maybe in the future, she'll have a true name.
I don't know. I've been calling her Friend for years.
Instant denial over here. He's like, nope.
Nope. Alrighty. Well, hey. Once again, I appreciate you guys coming on. And I am your host, Yemmy the Ferret. And this has been another episode of the Ferret Business Podcast.